Italian F4 might be done, but we aren't done yet with the E4 Championship. Hello everybody and welcome back to Monza, where it is time to crown a champion. It is the ACI weekend of racing. We've got Freca coming up after this as well, but Freca isn't the only series with a title still yet to decide. We've still got Key Nakamura versus Gabriel Gomez, and after a bit of a delay, the cars are getting themselves into position on the grid. Great to have your company wherever you might be watching from in the world as well. A few of our live timings have moved around slightly, so we'll just get that quickly sorted for you. Just to, of course, get to the normal bits of information for you. If you're wondering why we've got a coloured background this season in the E4 Championship, it's 3 rounds basically. So we decided it makes sense to maybe use this series as a bit of a testing ground for next year, and as coloured backgrounds was one of those things which we wanted to test out. That is why we have got it set up over here as well. Okay, let's go down and hear from our pole sitter for this race.
First look back at some of the action.
Really good, and we had a strong campaign in the last round in Misano, so I knew we could do something quite good here. Yeah, let's see. I mean, Monza is always crazy with racing, so I just have to play it smart and see what folds out in front of me. Yeah, I just need to stay out of the mess, and we're not too. I mean, we're quite far from the championship, but anything can happen.
I think I'm really happy with that. Last qualifying in Europe in F4 as well. I think we did just that. P2 in Q1, I think we delivered a good enough lap front row start, so that's good. And then Q2 was an absolute mess, to be honest. We all got in 2 laps, and the last one was the one which counted. Got held up a bit, but I think everyone did. And yeah, it was a big thanks to the team. My engineer Mark, he helped me a lot. He can see the bird's eye view of everything, and with him we just worked out to try to slot into a gap, and we did just that. So yeah, it was a really well executed qualifying.
It was indeed. Those are the thoughts of Key Nakamura and Sebastian Weldon, the 2 drivers who are going to, well, find themselves in position on the grid looking to try and attack. So it is going to be K and B starting from pole, as we mentioned, for this race number 1 of the weekend here for the E4 Championship. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, the E4 Championship, with it being 3 rounds, we thought we'd do a bit of a difference with the way the stream looks. We'd have a go and see how the coloured background looks. So it has allowed us to, of course, to have 2 different timings as well. So we can see how it works with basically different things. And yeah, I guess it gives us a bit of an evaluation in terms of what to expect. Let's bring you up to date, because as we've mentioned, as it is only 3 rounds, I think we've said that enough. We've had 2, so we've not been out there on circuit much in this championship. We've not spoken to you much in E4. We've, of course, broadcasted Italian F4, plenty of that. We've already crowned Key Nakamura as the champion. KNB has the chance to become the first driver to win E4 and Italian F4 as well. We're looking forward to seeing how that is going to get on. But he's got other drivers to contend with. He's got a 10-point advantage as Key Nakamura, your championship leader, 106 points to his name. Gabriel Gomez in 2nd place with 96 points. But as you can see, Gabriel Gomez starts 5th for this contest. So it is going to be a little bit tricky to see what he's going to be able to do. Ideally, today, he needs to go on the attack, hope for Key Nakamura to have some issues, and then try and capitalise with that. So, that is the name of the game for Gabriel Gomez, the Brazilian driver, as well. And he'll be desperate to fight back. If you weren't with us at Misano for the final race of Italian F4, on the very last lap, into the very final sector of the Italian F4 season, Gabriel Gomez was passed in a superb overtake by Key Nakamura to take the win of the final race of the season in the final sector. It was a superb move, and Gabriel Gomez had done a brilliant job of defending it. Okay, we'll continue to tell you about more championship contenders. Let's run you through all of the drivers that we have and their places on the grid. Prema 1, 2, 3. It is Key Nakamura next to Newman Shi. And then Sebastian Weldon and Kabe Ranurag, they are 3rd and 4th. And then we find ourselves in position of Gabriel Gomez in 5th. Reno Franco is in P6. He finds himself P4 in the championship standings. He's a winner earlier on this season in E4. Andrea Kostic is next to Salim Hanna. They are the next two in position. Then it is Charles Dupé and Maximilian Popov, 9th and 10th for them. Popov confirmed to be racing in the New Freck Championship next year. Busso and Badr Al-Salati are next as well on position. They are row number 6. Row 7 sees Alexander Bondarev next to Weiss. Weiss moving over to the Genza Motorsport squad for this final round. Dante Vinci and Ari Banzer. Great qualifying from him. Not for this race, but he will get to start higher up in our contest coming up to end this weekend. Alexander Savinkov is next to Alex Powell, who actually finds himself as a good contender for the title, but his qualifying is not going to be aiding that. Ferrari Jr. Nicolo goes next, then it is another Nicholas, this time Cortez in 20th. Teo Schropp is next to Alexander Ruta, they are 21st and 22nd. Consani, the French driver, next to Emily Cotti. Emily Cotti will go from 24th, of course, driver for our race GP. Kraling is next to Nanji, who is going to be driving for Prema Racing as well. Great to have him for this round. Peyton Vescott is next to Guy Albag. So Albag will go from 28th. And then 29th is Evan Michelini and then Andre Rodriguez. Matilda Pats and Abdullah Kamel come up next. Rodriguez, of course, doing quite a bit on the social media side, of course. So I'm sure you'll have plenty of eyes on him. And the final driver who will have the attention of everyone will be Panzeri. I'm sure everyone will be watching her on to see whether she can go on the attack and whether she can try and muster some things. Always you've got to look to the driver starting in last to see whether they can improve from that position, because realistically it's a scenario of it can only get better from there. That is what we would hope. Okay, so the cars are about to get themselves going for their formation lap. You would have momentarily heard no Ian Silvestrian this week. Chris McCarthy is doing double duties. He'll be on the Frecker call as per normal, but he'll also be commentating on the E4 finale this weekend. So you'll, I'm sure, be hearing from him across this weekend. We've talked about KMB. We've talked about Gabriel Gomez. I mentioned Alex Powell is 3rd in the standings, but he finds himself starting very much low down. So this really, by the end of today, could be the end of any ambitions he has for the championship. Reno Franco is in 4th. He has a good chance, but once again, he finds himself in a scenario where he has to get on with it. Same applies to Weldon. We heard from Weldon, where he said he's far back in the championship, but he just has to give it his all. It is Monza. This is a circuit which has delivered so much drama. We had racing here 1 week ago, the GB3 championship we were covering. We weren't covering Euro Formula Open, which was also racing on the same weekend. That was decided by 1/1000th of a second. It was a 3-way drag race to the line. 700 separating them in total, the top 3, but there was 1 single thousandth. The closest it can get without it being equal. It was an unbelievable finish, and yeah, one that myself and Wes were like, it's well, E4, Frecker, GB3, do you guys want to give us any of that here on our JB Motorsport 2 streams? It's been great to cover this. This is the final weekend of the JB Motorsport 2 kind of quadruple series that we've done as well. I think that's a word. Yeah, so that is going to be bringing an end to that. Don't worry, more feeder series racing, but it'll just be really stuff that's left on the main channel as well. So do not worry, do not worry. Still have plenty to do. I think Nanji stalled on the grid, by the way, so not ideal in that scenario. Not ideal one bit. It is sunny skies. Now, they've been doing some testing around this circuit. They always get sometimes, well, most times, 2 days. The Thursday was incredibly wet as well. Friday, it was a bit of a cold circuit. So, today we've got sunny conditions, but I can definitely assure you that hasn't been the case all the way through as well, as the cars continue to make their way through then as well. Apologies, you would have heard an echo for a moment. But here we go then. Everyone's about to line themselves up in position. We'll go over now to our normal camera screen, which you can see the championship. You can also see our pole sitters. Weirdly enough, Sebastian Weldon was actually meant to be starting this one on pole, but he's dropped down all the way to 3rd. So I think definitely some investigations have come in to play and change things up. So, Gabriel Gomez given a 2-place grid penalty, which means he starts further down where than he would have wanted. So, penalties are the name of the game. Freca qualifying, we'll talk more about Freca as a whole in their broadcast, of course. But just to update you, Matteo Di Paolo has been given a 2-place grid penalty. He already had a bad qualifying, and it's just got worse. So, Freca could be the championship clinching moment. It'll be sad if we never get to see it go down to the final race. Because we haven't actually crowned a champion in the final race for Freca, the driver's champion, as of yet since 2021. We'll talk more about that, I'm sure, come that broadcast. But yes, we want to see it go down to the final race. But there is a chance that it could be decided in the next race that takes place here at Monza. So, basically, it's a back-to-back for us, so stay with us. And yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is stay for the championship moment. So make sure you're there, because it is going to be the championship clinching moment, possibly, as well. Because if it does finish how it starts, Freddie Slater is the champion. Okay, here we go then. That is Formula Regional in what will be the 99th race for them. We, though, are about to hold our opening race of the weekend here for the E4 Championship, of course. It is only the 3rd season of E4. 3 rounds and we conclude the season here at the Temple of Speed at Monza. The cars are getting themselves into position on the grid. Here we go, everybody. These are going to be nervy moments as the racing is about to begin. Let us know in the chat your predictions. It is great to have your company wherever you might be watching from in the world. Final cars are now about to line up. The battle between the Premers down towards turn number 1 will be coming our way in a few moments' time. We can't crown a champion this race, but we could go a long way in deciding one. Is Kei Nakamura Berta about to take a further step forward to try and become the first ever Italian F4 champion and E4 champion? He was the rookie champion last year in the E4 championship, so he's already had success. Can he now, a year later, take the overall crown? Not long to find out. We've got 3 races coming your way across the weekend. This is the first of them. The marshal gets to the back to wave the green flag, and it means our attention will go to the 5 red lights. 3, 4, 5 red lights at Monza. The final round of the season is underway in E4, and we're racing down to turn 1. Great start for Kei Nakamura Berta. That should be the lead, but the slipstream is long down towards the first corner. There's plenty of chances for things to unfold. K&B with the lead into the braking zone. Round the outside goes Newman Shi. Do the cars make their way through? The Premers wheel to wheel. Contact further back. We've got a car that has gone off the road. Who's that? We've got a US racing car that has gone off the road. And that is going to be big dramas. We're side by side as we make our way through. Where's Gomez? Where's Gomez? Is Gomez finding himself still in contention, I wonder, as the field continues to attack? We're waiting for our live timings to come up today. The yellow flags are flying. Cars are off. Cars are off absolutely everywhere. Is that Gomez just trying to go round the outside, I wonder? Gabriel Gomez trying to gain a position on the opening lap. What a superb start it has been for Gomez. Absolutely wild stuff. The safety car's out. Our live timings are not updating. They're not being useful at all in this scenario, unfortunately. Peyton Vescott is gone. She's out of the race. Off the road as well has gone Andrea Charles Dupe. There's an issue with the live timings. They are very much delayed like we've not seen. I need to confirm. Is that Gomez? Yes, so Gomez has got himself into position. Absolutely brilliant. Gabriel Gomez. I thought originally, was he the driver involved in the contact? So many cars into turn 1 always cause issues here at Monza. And it's proven to be that way. I don't know what's gone on with the live timings. Have absolutely no clue, but they are really delayed. There's an issue with the live timings. I wonder whether that's the circuit as well. There we go. Now they're speeding up. Look at them go. They're speeding up. Okay, let's take a look at a replay. It was absolutely wild stuff into the braking zone. Normal Italian F4 and E4 chaos that you can expect. Honestly, the one race start where I really needed live timings to assist me in the opening lap commentary, I don't get it. Because the camera, it's very sunny, the camera angles weren't doing it justice. We saw a Prema and a US racing collide. That gave momentarily me a bit of a scare. That was that Gomez, because once again we're not close enough to be able to see the number, and then it turned out Gomez is in the lead. Oh, that is just the way it goes. I think we're back up to date now in terms of timings, but yeah, it is the worst race start, I'll tell you, to have that go wrong. Oh my word. What a E4 championship this has been. Just looking to see whether we've got our timing information for you up here in the commentary box as well. Looks like we do. So we'll just bring that to you. Okay, if I go to the screen, everything should be sorted now. Just need to move this down a little bit. There we go. You guys are watching live editing. That's what we're seeing right now. Okay, so the field continuing to push on. Okay, safety cars out. That was to be expected, I think. It was to be expected. Monza opening laps are always wild. And not surprised, that was the case once again. I'm hoping that we can continue to see this championship fight play out. And I think that start is definitely going to do well for the championship, I think. It's really showed itself. Okay, right. Live timings have been fixed. Perfect. It's so annoying trying to figure this out. Because it all moves around every race. It can get very complicated. There we go. Okay. Safety car's coming in at the end of this lap. Surprised we've immediately got the safety car that can come in. So, Gabriel Gomez is ahead on the circuit. Just to make it clear, Gabriel Gomez is ahead on the circuit. Absolutely fantastic stuff incoming then. Here we go. So the field will make their way through. And we'll prepare for the green flags to fly. It will be 25 minutes plus 1 lap on the clock. So that was quite a mental start. A Monza race start that we're all used to, I think. That was absolute ludicrous. We've got to update our bit of information. Now here's the thing, we can't actually do this before the race start, which is why a lot of the issues come. Okay, here we go. Cars are getting themselves into position. It is time to go racing in the E4 Championship. Zenoishi leading the way in towards the final corner. A bit of a messy start, but let's continue the story for this championship at Monza. Critically off the start, Key Nakamura is behind Gabriel Gomez, so as it stands, Gabriel Gomez would be getting himself a step closer, heading into title decider day tomorrow. So this championship could get even closer, it could get even tighter, heading into the final 2 races, but we've got some great contenders at the front who are all just focused on impressing for one final time this year, who all just want to get one final good result and have a bit of fun out there. She is waiting. He's waiting. He's got the entire field behind him as the green flags fly and the E4 Championship is back underway here at the Temple of Speed at Monza, and she is going to be under threat. Who's it going to be by though? Will it be Weldon? Will it be Gabriel Gomez, who has been an absolute master? He's been on the attack ever since the race start. Here we go, in towards the braking zone, and Gomez goes through into second position. Lock up by She, won't make the corner, and they're moving through into the lead. Surely will be Gomez. Does the field get through this time? It's getting close. It's getting very tight. She will rejoin. Gomez will get in there. And Gabriel Gomez, as it stands, is going to get closer to the championship lead as well, which right now is possessed by Key Nakamura, who knows he has to go on the attack. He's up against his teammate. So, Gomez takes the lead. She's going to be in there. 3 wide we go as Frankot's under pressure. Up the inside there as well as Kostic trying to gain a position. So many battles absolutely everywhere on the circuit. So it's Gomez, then it's Weldon, then it's Key Nakamura. She loses from first down to 4th on the restart. Bondarev around the outside. That's Olismo 1. That's a brave move to attempt at least. Is he able to get there? Looked like it. Looked like that he was able to find the momentum. as once again, everything keeps moving about. I don't think we're going to be able to maintain this. As well, here comes Sebastian Weldon trying to get up the inside. This live timing is a mess. Just going to quickly do some live editing for you guys to adjust this. There we go. Through the Ascari chicane. Cars are off. We've got a car that is off. Here we go. It is side by side for the race lead. Gabriel Gomez coming under pressure. And here comes Key Nakamura Berta looking to attack as well. It's 4 wide further back. It's 4 wide as well. Very nearly in towards the Parabolica. And this one's about to get interesting. Yellow flags are flying. But in terms of the battle for the lead, Gomez versus Weldon will surely be on as well. And I'm sure they'll have plenty of a company. Oh, big crash. Big crash. Round the final corner. We were always heading to that territory with so many cars. Here's the brawl down towards the braking zone. Gomez has been mugged. 3 wide we go for the lead. Key Nakamura Berta will emerge as the leader out of all of the drivers. Now does Gomez lose out to Weldon? Critical move because we're surely heading to the safety car. He does so. So he gains the place. The field trying to navigate their way through and just looking to remain in this contest. But I think Alexander Ruta was one of the drivers involved. P5 man Popov with the fastest lap. It is wild, even wilder than what we had earlier this year when we came here for Italian F4. And Key Nakamura Berta is the leader. What is going on in this race? Back to the safety car, second safety car of the contest. Okay, breathe. Apologies guys, apologies in terms of not being able to fix this. But when you're solo and you've got all of that going on, when you've got all of that going on, you cannot take your eyes off it. Literally, I was still fixing it when they're going side by side for the lead. That is how bad it is. Right, okay. Deep breath. So, the field made their way through. Chris McCarthy is definitely getting the full experience. He'll probably feel like it's back to his karting days with what we're seeing. Oh, goodness me. This championship delivering all of the goods, isn't it? So, we made our way around the final corner, and then we saw a clatter. Cars went spinning everywhere. Okay, 20 minutes to go. The field's still attacking. Looking forward to seeing what Frecker's going to be like. I mean, we've got the title contenders going side by side at points. In a final round, we'd usually be screaming about it, but we've got the entire field all just jostling for position into corners. Oh, deep breath, everybody. Time to compose. Safety car is out on this Monza circuit at the moment. Just to bring you up to date, I guess it's a good opportunity to tell you where our championship contenders are on the circuit. Tia Shop is out, by the way, another driver who will no longer go any further in this race. The field hasn't even caught up to the back of the safety car. They're about to do that now. Okay, Kei Nakamura Berta, championship leader coming into this race. He right now is in first, okay? But he's a driver who's been in fourth as well in this race, and it all just changed in a second. Gabriel Gomez, he's in third. He's led this race at a point as well. So, yes, he's in third. But a good result today would be finishing ahead of Kei Nakamura Berta, okay? That would be a good result for him. Alex Powell, where does he find himself? 18, so that's around where he started the race. So, once again, it looks like his championship hopes are over. Reno Franco. He was involved in some tight battling, but he's lost places from where he started the race. He's in 8th, so he'd probably want to get on with it as well from there. And Sebastian Weldon is in the battle for the win. So, a good result for Weldon would be a win, with Kei Nakamura Berta and Gabriel Gomez finishing lower down. And if it does happen, then, well, all I'm going to say is, if it does happen, then Weldon is going to be a contender for the title. So, welcome to the E4 Championship, everybody. If you've not been with us, we've had about 2 racing laps and we've seen 6 drivers DNF. We're down to 27. We started with 33. We've done over a quarter of the race now. 30 minutes on the clock, remember, plus 1 lap. And we've already completed 10 minutes, a lot of it behind the safety car, of course. Looking forward to what Frecker's going to be able to deliver. In terms of chaos, I think the benchmark's probably going to be a bit too high. But a bit of good Monza racing would be good to witness. Okay. Key Nakamura, Berta, Sebastian Weldon, Gabriel Gomez, Zenorishi and Kabirana. That's your top 5 to give you a bit of a order update at the moment. Popov is in 6th, Dennis Kostick, Frankot, Salim Hanna and Alexander Bondarev. Alexander Bondarev, we saw him in the midst of the battling. He was trying to make a move around the outside of Lismo 1. So he's definitely been someone who's been involved in quite a bit of battling as well. Ari Bansal, who is the GB4 champion of this year. He's going to be moving up and racing in this championship as well. Hopefully we get to see Ari Bansal in something like GB3 or regional level. But yeah, finishing out the year at least in this championship and racing. Lots of options for the drivers. Of course, it's kind of a bit of a weird one where we've got the FRECA Championship, of course, being rebranded. So that's a bit of an unknown, and we've got a new car there. So you have all of the championships trying to battle with each other. You've got GB3 versus basically FREC next year, and then the Euro Cup 3 is also a place for people to go. And people are coming from different places. Drivers are coming from different places and being highly competitive. Matteo Kulnagi. That's not a name that we've covered as much. I think we've only covered him on this channel at Macau. But he's been doing absolute bits in those championships as well. And he actually looks like, from the data that we've received, I know it's only testing, but, you know, if you can be strong straight out there, then you've got a great chance of Formula 3. We'll talk more about some of the Formula. We'll talk a bit more about Formula 3 and promotions up to that, I think, from the FRECA broadcast when we get a chance because anyway we do have drivers from that field who have been testing in Formula 3. So we'll make sure to update you all on that. Of course, this championship called Euro 4. People still call it usually Euro 4. But of course now officially rebranded to E4. But yeah, we'll be back here next year to do an E4 finale around the circuit, everybody. Do not worry one bit about that. Italian F4. We'll stick to having Monza in the middle of the season. We get to come here, Monza. We get to come here to Monza twice, which is just incredible, so we love it. We'll definitely miss it in the GB3 Championship. That was quite a lot of fun. I think this is one of those circuits which is just perfect to end a season. And even Jack was saying, who does a NASCAR with us, open wheelers around Monza are just crazy. And he said that after the Euro Formula Open finished that he had. Safety cars coming in, by the way, at the end of this lap, so the waffling will stop. But yeah, the Euro Formula Open finish was wild. 1,000th of a second. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. And it was, now, the funny thing was, it was the first ever race all year that I've actually been able to sit down and watch. Because it was before the F1 sprint started. So it was like, okay, I've got nothing to do. Let's put that on. There's always been either commentary prep or other work that you've had to do as well. But it was a perfect one to sit there and watch and enjoy. Because, my word, did it deliver one of the greatest finishes I think we'll ever see. So, is it over to this championship now to deliver the goods? We've got... My pictures have gone momentarily. Which is very fun. Yeah, my pictures basically went momentarily. They're back now. That's good. Scared me because it was all good for this entire race. We'd had that all season. And then we're like, oh my god, we're about to get to the safety car restart. I cannot miss this, everybody. Literally, I think everything's been a bit on and off today. The live timings, the one race start where I actually needed a bit of assistance from a live timing system telling me who's actually where, it doesn't give me any. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Deep breath. You really need one because, well, I know we might be able to take one in about 3 minutes if we get to another safety car, but it is important to compose yourself for some exciting 3 wide, 4 wide, because that's what this championship has been giving us so far. 12 minutes, 30 seconds plus 1 lap to go. In towards the final corner. And Key Nakamura Berta leading Seb Weldon. When does Key Nakamura Berta go? So he's observed a safety car restart as well of himself doing it earlier on this year in Italian F4. He's already had to do it earlier on in this race. He's about to do it once again, and he's about to get Weldon and Gomez. It's basically back to how it was earlier on. Key Nakamura Berta waiting. The Prema driver. Prema right now 1, 2 and 4. Gomez though is going to look to try do exactly what he did on the last restart, and that is try and turn second, turn third into the race lead. The field is being backed up once again. It is a long straight, meaning you'll always be under pressure no matter where you go. Key Nakamura Berta has gone now, and Weldon is already on the chase. The green flags are flying once again in the E4 Championship, the season finale. Of course, this weekend, this is race 1 of the weekend as the field make their way down towards the Rettifilo chicane, and immediately we've got the Prema cars on the attack. Gomez doesn't know where to go, in towards the braking zone. Weldon charges round the outside line. Can he get through? All over the curb as the field make their way through the opening chicane now, and it will be the race lead when we come down towards Curva Grande for Key Nakamura Berta. Still, we were wondering who'd be able to get to the apex first, but KMB has done enough at the moment through the Curva Grande. Salim Hanna is battling with Alexander Bondarev. Key Nakamura Berta is under threat as well as he tries to defend. Weldon under threat from Gomez, who then is under threat from Shi. Contact! Spinning round into the runoff area goes Ari Bansal. Disappointment for him. Bansal, one of the cars involved. I think Vice is going to be involved as well in that incident. Up the inside, Anurag gains a position. So Anurag's gained a place. It is everything and, well, we could be heading our way to another safety car. It is not looking promising, I'll tell you that, because Ari Bansal has stopped out there on the circuit. Key Nakamura Berta still looking to try and produce something in terms of the defence. Through the Ascari chicane, part 1, 2, 3. And then flat to the floor we go again. Safety car will need to be out. And it is out. There we go. Safety car number 3, everybody. And Key Nakamura Berta has got the advantage. He's got the advantage. We're not being able to get anywhere with this. We've got cars absolutely off everywhere. The marshals are immediately on the recovery. To be fair, in this championship, a virtual safety car would be very, very helpful. Because it's probably going to be repaired by the time they get there under the safety car speed. So it was contact. That is the Genza of Weiss into the back. There was a Van Amersfoort car that had to take avoiding action. So who is that Van Amersfoort car that was involved? Was that, I wonder? Won't be able to tell you. I think the gap's gone. Won't be able to see. Ari Bansal walks away. Disappointment, as I mentioned, for the GB4 champion of this year. Thank you to anyone who is currently joining us and watching this race. Remember, Frecker is coming up. We may be able to bring you a bit more racing in that at this rate. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic stuff. The safety car restart, that's why we're giving it the big push and we're giving it the big energy. Because there's going to be so much that will happen in that short period of time where your identifying skills need to be perfect. Your eyes have to be the best they've been all season. And yeah, I can tell you that in Italian F4 earlier this year, I didn't have to be this much on it. They were a bit more calmer. But we've got to the end of the season. It's the final opportunity to show what they're made of. And it is all taking place out there around this venue. Okay, 8 minutes to go. We've got a lap beyond that point as well. So, yes, we still have plenty of racing coming up. So the safety car will hopefully be in by the end of this lap, and we can continue the story of the opening race of the weekend here at the Temple of Speed. Rich history around this place. And one of the great circuits. One of the great circuits to go motor racing at. You sometimes get the 3-wide brawling that we're seeing today. Sometimes we can find ourselves with a scenario of under the safety car, like we're seeing today as well. But we will wait and we will see how this one is going to play out for race 2 and race 3 as well. That'll be tomorrow. So we've got 1 race today, and then there will be 2 coming your way tomorrow. For Mugello, we did it the other way round, where we actually had 2 on the Saturday and then 1 on the Sunday. Paul Ricard, we also did the 1 on the Saturday like we're doing this weekend, and then 2 on the Sunday. So yeah, I guess trying to ensure it goes down to final day is also very important in my opinion. I like when it goes down to the final race. But yeah, it's not down to that. That's not the reason why we're doing it this weekend. It's just scheduling. How scheduling works. But to be fair, Sunday is the big day for racing anyway. So I do love when we get 2 of the races on Sunday as well. But Saturday races, enjoy them as well. For the feeder series, of course. To be fair, I haven't been minding the F1 sprints either. I'm that motorsport fan who just takes all the action. Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me. Give everything. Okay, 6 minutes to go. I don't think we're getting the safety car in at the end of this lap, everybody. So, there's going to be a bit of waiting that will be had. As you can see, our race control messages have been going absolutely wild. I feel like if we do get a safety car after this safety car, that could be the end of the race. So, guys, let's please ensure that we can keep it green. So we'll make our way around the final corner. And we'll surely be losing time. Plenty of time in this race. So this is the important thing. It was so important. Could you just be in the slipstream at the right time? Could you gain a place? I mean, I'd say around 30 seconds before the safety car, the second safety car, Gomez was in the lead. And, you know, the top 4 all then switched places. So it all happened so quickly, meaning you've just got to do it. You've got to go on the attack straight away. It is absolutely incredible how quickly things are changing. We are 3 wide in towards the Retifilia. If I'm Gomez, he needs to get on with this. He cannot afford to lose more points to Key Nakamura Berta. Now, I know it's a bit of a game of chess here at Monza, but put yourself in that position to close that 10-point gap in. Don't let it extend. You need to go all in. You don't want to let Key Nakamura Berta get away with this. Weldon is hoping for drama, and both of them not to score, because then that puts him right in the hunt heading into tomorrow. Wes will be joining us for the racing as well. That will be taking place tomorrow. I don't know whether he's actually with me for Freca. Safety car's coming in at the end of this lap. But yeah. We've had a bit of a delay. We're actually supposed to be racing right now for Freca. By the way, that's how much behind we are. But yeah, Freca, I guess we'll just start a bit later. And we will wait. We still have to conclude this. So, E4, please don't absolutely take my voice away before Freca. But, I mean, as I mentioned, it could be the championship clinching moment. You'd like to have a bit of a voice for that. But to be fair, I think they've already taken away a lot of my voice for this restart that's about to come our way. So here we go. So the field continue to make their way through. And in towards now the Parabolica. Of course, renamed the curve Michele Alboreto in recent time. But I think there's this unwritten rule which commentators are still referring to as Parabolica because, you know, it's history. That's the way we still do it. Here we go then. Time is running out on the clock. This is not a race where you can afford to sit back and wait for the opportunity. You have to go for it. And Key Nakamura Berta does exactly that. Every single restart so far, he has gone on the exit of the Parabolica. This time, He's been able to catch Weldon out because he's not done anything like it. And look at the advantage he will have. Round the final corner, Key Nakamura Berta, absolutely brilliant stuff. That is the mindset of a champion because he just went at a different point and he has got the run, but he still has to break the slipstream. That is how powerful it is. And Gomez now is going to be closing in. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, plus a lap. Weldon erratically moves around the car to defend from Gabriel Gomez, who looks round the outside in towards the Retafilo chicane. He can't go through and take that position. Any other passes coming in further back? The field continuing to attack through this opening part of the circuit, the opening chicane. Not many cars remain, only 25 in total. That's less than a Formula 3 grid. Here we go in towards the second chicane now. Key Nakamura Berta, Weldon's just getting onto the back of him now. He's had to utilise the two straights. Meanwhile, Maximilian Popov going wheel to wheel there with Kostic, and Kostic has to go over the road. So, Kostic over the road, as he looks to try contend. Oh my word, onto the grass we go further back. That is going to be very close though. I think that is going to be Powell trying to make up some positions. The field are looking to now try and use this opportunity to attack. 1 minute and 25 seconds. We will make our way in towards now the Ascari chicane. Weldon is directly behind his teammate Key Nakamura Berta. I can sense an attack coming for the race lead. A reminder to you that Key Nakamura Berta and Sebastian Weldon had some form of contact in the final race of Italian F4 around this circuit. And Key Nakamura Berta weaving left, weaving right, bringing them all into play. Key Nakamura Berta then controls things, and everyone else stops the weaving as well as they head into the braking zone. Bondarev looking to defend furiously at the moment as he is under pressure. Over the line we go. Is Key Nakamura Berta going to come under threat this time? By onto the penultimate race lap we go now. And at the same time, that is going to be Anurag versus Shi. Weldon, how close does he get? Does he get to dive bomb range? Does he send it? He can't do so into the braking zone. Anurag loses a position. So Anurag loses out to Shi there. So Shi goes through into the braking zone. Superb from him as he gains a position. And now Sebastian Weldon is back on the attack. Fastest lap that time by, not surprised. So it could come down to the last lap between those two drivers. Weldon trying to forge a championship challenge. Key Nakamura Berta trying to extend his championship lead. Gomez hoping for drama at this point. He's not close enough. He's not within range that he would have wanted to attack Key Nakamura Berta. The field navigate their way through into Lismo 1. Weldon is close. He's tucked behind, but he has to execute this one to perfection onto the final lap. If not, Key Nakamura Berta will be heading his way towards the victory. He didn't send it last time. I wonder, knowing that this is the final lap, will it be a different approach this time by? How close can he get? Rino Franco trying to make a move further back. He's up against Kostic, basically banging wheels, those two drivers. That was super tight in towards the braking zone, and I think Kostic's going to be ahead. In slightly deep up against the PHM man. The PHM man who's looking to try and attack the train, weaving their way towards the parabolic. Key Nakamura Berta is going to be under major pressure now. Weldon looks to have got a good exit. He's going to get a chance. Here we go then. Round the parabolica, it is time to start the final lap of the race. Is this going to be the lap for Sebastian Weldon to take the lead? Key Nakamura Berta breaking the slipstream. Prema versus Prema. Gomez hoping for drama. And Weldon, does he send it this time? How close can he get? On the brakes, Key Nakamura Berta defends the middle of the circuit to make sure there wasn't a dive bomb. Opportunity there. Anurag trying to be brave. Around the outside, he's now going to be under pressure from Maximilian Popov in the VAR car, who's going to try and attack. But here comes Sebastian Weldon now. Through the Curva Grande, he's got a chance into the second chicane. Is he going to be able to find a way by? Key Nakamura Berta versus Sebastian Weldon. Here we go. Prema on Prema. Is Weldon going to make the move? Round the outside. He turns in. They nearly make contact. Off the road goes Sebastian Weldon. Weldon goes off the road, and he will surely have to give that one back. Can he do it strategically? Can he do it in a place where he can get this one back? Premas are still side by side. Absolute wild stuff on this last lap. Surely that one won't count for Weldon, and he could give himself a penalty now. Unless he can find a way to argue it out, I don't see this one counting. Weldon has been given the warning flag for driving standards. How is he going to play this one? Sebastian Weldon in towards the Parabolica. This one will surely go down to the steward's room when he's made the move on the circuit. But I'm unsure whether that one will count, as we will make our way in towards the Parabolica. And Sebastian Weldon, is he going to try and allow Key Nakamura to go through? He is. So he lets his Prema teammate go on through. Now can he try and make a dive bomb in towards the final corner? Not. The opportunity is not going to be there. It won't happen, so Sebastian Weldon decides to let his teammate through, and it will be Key Nakamura who will come across the line to extend his championship lead. Key Nakamura wins at Monza. Drag race to the line incoming. Further back, and it's going to be very close over the line for Kostic, Franco, and Salim Hanna as they were racing their way to the end. But absolutely extraordinary. Key Nakamura wins. And he puts himself a step closer to the title fight. He puts himself a step closer to the championship. Car number 28, that's she, under investigation for driving standards. So that's also taking place. I think Weldon probably realised when he got down to Parabolica that it was probably a good idea to let. Key Nakamura through, but you know, I'm not as sure in terms of whether he strategically did that one right. I would have hoped it came in his head immediately. Strategically let him go and then attack. Use this guy, and then if he maybe let him go by like Lismo 1 and then immediately went back on the attack. Nothing says that you can't do that. And then he could have stolen the race win away. Maybe that's me just trying to hope for a drag race to the line. You know. Okay. Right, here's our results. Key Nakamura finished ahead of Weldon, then it was Gomez in third. She in fourth, Anurag fifth, Popov sixth, Koshik seventh, Frankot eighth, Salim Hanna ninth, and Alexander Bondarev in P10. 11th, Konsani, Savinkov, Powell, Vinci, and then Nicolo, and then Kraling, Michelini, Rodriguez, Albag, and Emily Cotti. Rounding out our second page. To third page we go, to Matilda Patton 21st, to Nanji in 22nd, Kamel 23rd, Panzeri 24th, Badr Al-Salati 25th. Retirements, there's a long list of them, isn't there? Ari Bansal, Elia Louis Weiss, Theo Schropp, Alexander Ruta, Cortez, Dupe, Busso, and Peyton Vescott. Championship points, 131 now for Key Nakamura and 111 for Gabriel Gomez. There is absolutely a chance that we could see possibly the championship clinched in race number 2 tomorrow. That's just the way things are looking unless Key Nakamura has drama. And into position we go. Gabriel Gomez looking to try and just do enough. Just looking to try and do enough. I think with Gabriel Gomez, he'll be disappointed. Once again, it was a game of chess, pretty much, that race. But yeah, that's getting to the points now between Gomez and Key Nakamura are getting to range now, which could see the championship change, not change in this final round, and it could just be heading that way. We'll be quickly on air, by the way, for Freka, just to let everyone know. Straight after this, basically straight once this ends, I'm sure Chris McCarthy will be absolutely running over to try and make sure that he can get into position. But yeah, I think Gomez already was on the back foot, pretty much, I think, ever since that qualifying. And he's going to have it even tougher, I think, for the remaining races. So we'll see how it goes. But Key Nakamura doing well and doing exactly what he needs. So I think the important thing to mention is, it is E4. We saw what happened. I mean, Weldon and Key Nakamura nearly took each other out. And that could have been the win for Gabriel Gomez. Wasn't, of course, but it could have been. So yeah, race 2 could be the moment where the champion is crowned and where it is all clinched and decided. And it would mean that no one, absolutely no one, can beat Kei Nakamura Berta. Okay, talking about the man, let's hear from him.
Critical start, but then you did it.
Yeah, first lap we got hit off. Bit unfortunate, but luckily we only dropped to P4, and from there we slowly clawed ourselves back forwards. Yeah, last lap was really tight. Yeah, Seb was always going to have to give the position back after going off track. So yeah, overall well-executed race. I think last safety car restart was really, really crucial from us. And yeah, I think a good way to start the weekend.
Thank you.
Nice to hear from Kei Nakamura Berta. Let's go to the highlights of what happened. So, it was Kei Nakamura Berta who got off the line, and they were all attacking down towards the braking zone. I still haven't discovered everything that happened at this race, though there was so much. Okay, we'd go side by side, the premiers would force each other off the road. Okay, so that would happen. Out of the race, further back, would go plenty of drivers at the start. There would be a big contact. Albag would be sent to the back. He momentarily had a spin. There were so many drivers involved. The racing would continue. There would be further cars off. We would get, of course, to a safety car. We'd continue the racing. Then we'd have another spin. And then we were back to the safety car again as well after a big crash around the final corner. And cars absolutely spinning everywhere. Left, right, and in the middle. We'd continue the racing then. And then there was more contact as Ari Bansal got sent round by Weiss, who's now part of JBMotorsports, of course. And the Van Amersfoort car was also involved. The racing would continue between Kei Nakamura Berta and Sebastian Weldon all the way till the end. And we would see Kei Nakamura Berta take home the win after Weldon gave the place back down at the final corner. Well, that was quite something. Don't know whether we're going to be able to stay for the podium ceremonies or not. Looks like we are. I wouldn't be surprised if we do wrap this up because the broadcast will need to go over to Frecker soon, and I'm sure Chris McCarthy would like to go over to Frecker as well. Very shortly. I'm just going to follow him. I'm just going to follow him for this. I guess it's good knowing that me and Chris are on the same things this weekend. So then if Chris is leaving to go to Frecker, then I have to be like, yep, goodbye guys. I need to go off to Frecker at the same time. Okay. But here we go. Drivers making their way out onto the podium. In a few moments' time. Bit of a stop and start race, though, I think it is fair to say. And I think that was to be expected as well. It would always be a bit of a stop and start contest in this championship. Okay, well, I guess you can see the grid that we have coming up for Frecker. Should be a very good race, I think. Should be a very tight and chaotic battle between those drivers. For the podium, though, let's hope the drivers are coming out very, very shortly. And then I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to have coming our way in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. I can see we're getting closer to getting some drivers on this podium. Third position for Gabriel Gomez. He's had plenty of those across the season. He's had plenty of podiums, but he would have wanted the win at this important moment. While it may not be the main crown Italian F4, but if you can win E4, it's always good. Always good. It's one extra accolade you have. Kei Nakamura Berta goes to the top step. And Sebastian Weldon in second, doing a great job as per normal as well. Premier's representative is there. And I'm sure they'll soon, very quickly be turning their attention over to see what Freddie Slater, along with those drivers can do who are part of that Prema squad. 3 Prema starting inside the top 10. Should be a good one in FRECA come a few moments' time. Time for the national anthem of Japan.
Congratulazioni ai piloti del
Congratulations to Kei Nakamura Bata on the top step as well. Okay. Well, that brings this to a conclusion then. Thank you very much to everyone who has joined us. That is it for E4. FRECA is coming up for their penultimate race, their 99th race as well. So we hope to have your company there in a few moments' time. But in terms of the E4 Championship, it is game on still for the title. But I think Kei Nakamura Bata may have just got that little step closer to the crown. I really hope to have everybody's company. We hope you can join us. I'm just setting up a redirect so you can come over to the FRECA stream as well straight after this. But we will see you later on for more E4 action tomorrow. Join us for the title decider. We'll see you then. Goodbye.